And now we're recording here live from your house,
Hey.
which I have invaded
True that.
pretty much entirely. Welcome to the podcast again, Mom.
This is my third time.
This is your second time, I think, on my podcast,
True that.
but
Yep.
I think it's your fourth time because you had a part 1 and a part 2 on podcasts with me in general.
That's right.
So you're basically a pro now. Take it away.
Yeah. Okay. So it all started when I was a little girl.
I think that's actually how one of the first episodes went too.
Because what else am I supposed to do? What are we even
I
talking
don't know what
about?
to do with my hands. I don't know what we're talking about today, but I felt it necessary to have you on the podcast because I think that I've been in a little bit of a crash out. And you've been a witness to some of my crash outs. I think I've been in a crash out since I've been born. And you've been a witness to my many crash outs as I've grown.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted this episode to be because, for those that do not know, welcome back to the Alchemical Life podcast. I wanted this episode to be a little bit about my move to Iceland, this big transition that's going on in my life, and how it's been leading up to what you've kind of noticed in me. And there's been a few big transitions and events that have happened in my life that have, made me grow and also knocked me on my butt a little bit and stuff. And so, kind of just what you've noticed as a mom, in me, with my business, with my personal life, that kind of thing. And maybe how it's different now. Better or worse?
Well, give me a starting point. Like starting your career out of my garage.
I guess you could start with an overarching comparison as to what you noticed from some of the bigger lumps, jumps and leaps.
Mm-hmm.
Combine them, and that I had previously versus now, because this is the biggest one. Me moving to Iceland, me, moving essentially from everything that I've ever known, my hometown, never moved, always been here. My business, my reputation has grown here. My comfortability is here. My running group is here. My family and friends are here. My everything is here.
Well, everything is here because this is where you've been, and you have been building really from the time you were born. You are kind of a networker. That's what you do without even trying. You just
Since I was like 5, I've been networking.
well, I mean, you draw people to you. You have a gift of for kind of understanding people and making them feel comfortable. You can also make them very uncomfortable, but that would be more speaking from inside the home. Usually you are very, very empathetic. And so you have grown and built a network, and you have a very strong support system here, not just family, which I love because as a parent, it makes me feel amazing that you have a group of people that would jump in and be a parent to you or a sister or whatever, brother, whatever you needed. And you have that here. There's a whole list of people you could call and they would jump, Now, the crashes, that's kind of where we kind of have to land a little bit on the crashes. And those have also been happening since you were little.
Yeah.
You've always been a bit, we'll just call it anxious. Restless is more like I would say it's like this restlessness, like there's something uncomfortable in the stillness. And it has been very unhealthy, and then I've seen it be very unhealthy, and I've seen it be healthy. And unfortunately or fortunately, I believe that this move to Iceland has really sort of thrown you into a space where you have had to embrace healthy. And the reason I say that is you kind of had a trifecta of things happen. Obviously, the stress of the unknown, releasing your business, releasing your support on a certain level. I mean, obviously, it's always still there.
Yeah.
working your body almost to death. And we're just not going to under exaggerate that. There is no over exaggerating when it comes to the potential for just pressing on, despite the pain, despite no hormones to be spoken of, despite.
You'd think I would have accomplished more physically with the amount of shit that I've.
You've accomplished a lot physically. What I don't understand, and this is just something I've never understood, is why, and maybe there are others that can relate with this, where you get to a goal, you reach that goal, and then it's like, okay, next. Like there's no resting and saying, hey, I made this really big goal. You didn't even want your diploma after high school, college. You're like, next.
Yeah.
It's like no big deal. And I feel like there's something damaging really to the process in not sitting and giving yourself a moment to say, I did this thing. Like I followed through all the steps and I did this thing, and resting in that space and then saying, well, now where do I intentionally want to go from here? As opposed to, okay, I got to move. I got to build my business. Got to be the biggest thing. I got to make up whatever. And I feel like your health and this move have conspired for you.
Yeah.
To force you to slow down, to let go, and to allow your body and your mind to heal.
Okay, from your point of view, how would you describe how I'm doing?
Okay, well, there's a marked change from when you fully embraced Christ to before that. And I can't explain it in the physical realm. I don't know how else to describe it other than I don't feel like your voices got quieter. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like the spin stopped for you. I feel like that all still kept going. But I feel like what I watched happen was you very intentionally moving into a space of trust, like choosing faith over your feeling. Mm-hmm. And then very uncomfortably forcing yourself to be still. And I guess if you were gonna target an audience for this podcast, it would be for your overachievers and those who feel like they need to earn their oxygen every day.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Just saying.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
That kind of goes into what I wanted to talk about too, which is you raised me in the faith, Christian home. You also saw me go away from that. You and Dad sort of released your own, like, hey, you guys have to go to church, you have to do this kind of thing. There was we were like, I was about 16 and you were like, I'm not going to force her to go to church and love God anymore. And then you watched me stop going to church. You used to watch me really stop participating in Christianity as a whole and going away from that. And then you watched me come back on my own. So I wanted to know what that was like for you, witnessing it, watching it, how it made you feel. Because it's one thing when you bring your kid up in the church and they kind of just keep going with it. That's cool, I'm sure. But it's another thing and an array of emotions to watch your kid go away and then come back.
So there's truth to that. I obviously can't speak for your father and how he felt about all those things. But for me, given my background, the fact that I really didn't grow up in the church, mm-hmm. and I mean, there's a number of things that kind of go into this. One, I am very Gen X. Like, I was raised by wolves. They know it. I know it. Everybody who knows me knows it.
You can tell.
Well, I mean, there's some positives to it.
100% there is.
There's some positives to it. I mean, being thrown in the deep end is scary as hell, but then,
You swim.
You swim or die.
Or you don't, yeah. Or
you
die.
swim or die. It's one of the deal. And, so when I was, first of all, there was a different time. When I was raising you in the church, I was following kind of a prescription that I don't disagree with. I feel like it was good. It was really, really sweet and beautiful and safe for you to learn about God's word and kind of grow up in that environment. There comes a space.
I agree.
There comes a space where I don't like pushed agendas. I don't respect forced messages. And so I had enough respect. I'll say, I'm going to pause what I'm going to say and say, Richard's dad, your grandfather on your father's side, was probably one of the best at this. He just absolutely believed. He said, you know what? I've prayed for you. You're his. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of took that same approach. It was kind of like, you know what? I prayed for you when you were a little girl. And the best thing that I can do is live an authentic life in front of you, as wiggly and uncomfortable as it is. And then let
you know what you prayed for. You know what she prayed for me, y'all.
Okay,
she said, don't let them get away with anything.
I mean, it's a good prayer, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a Gen X prayer.
I'm just saying.
Right there. That's a Gen X prayer. Don't let them get away with anything.
No,
and
a
let
Gen
me tell
X
you,
prayer. No, a
and
Gen X prayer would be, don't let them have life-altering consequences.
Well,
okay, that would be
which is
prayer.
actually nicer. Which is actually nicer because yours is like she could have life-altering consequences as long as she don't get away with it. Don't let her get away with anything.
Okay, I wasn't thinking of all the subclauses, but
well, anyways,
God knew what I was about. He knew my heart. It was basically,
and he hasn't. So you go thank him later. But anyways, carry on.
I feel like that was
my grandpa always was just like steadfast in having the faith that the people he loved would find the faith.
And it's a good, it was a good model because the truth is some of them went on these weird paths that you're kind of like, wow, we're just not sure what's going to happen there. And he was just like, it's all going to be fine. And then you're going to have to help me with how it's actually said, but I really have adopted this Icelandic phrase.
It will save itself.
It will save itself.
Is what it translates to, but it's like peta redast or something. I'm going to butcher that so hard. I'm so sorry, Icelandic people.
Somebody tell me how it's said, because the truth is that is like a life verse right there. It will save itself is basically God has it. I have faith. It will be fine. And so, I mean, we're doing this podcast and I have another child that is kind of scaring the crap out of me. And I'm having to remind myself the same thing. It will save itself. No matter what happens, it will save itself. It's going to be okay. So I've always trusted, So
you didn't really have a thought about me going away from faith and coming back. It was kind of just like, she'll work it out.
Yes. I didn't know what it would look like. I didn't know that you would fully embrace Christ again or at all. But I knew that me pushing and prodding into that would not be helpful.
Yeah.
I knew that. And I also, I believed that you were digging and looking and you were going to find whatever it was you were looking for, whether you knew what it was that you were actually looking for or not.
Yeah, I am Miss Curious. I'm a curious girl.
So for, I guess like if this is just a self-help or if this is like, maybe geared for people. I know there's a lot of people.
This is Alchemical Off-Road. We can go wherever we want, girl.
Okay.
This podcast, you don't have to assign it. The people who want to listen will be listening.
We're
I promise
four-wheeling in the woods.
Howdy. Yeah. I love a good four-wheeler.
I'm glad that you didn't end up doing drugs, but you did have some things there that like, you've discussed your eating disorder on this podcast before that I just really left alone.
Let me tell you, sometimes I think I would rather be addicted to a drug than have that.
Which I still can't fully relate to. I'm not going to act like I can.
An eating disorder?
I can't relate to what the experience is for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to try and act like I can.
It's a weird one. It's kind of hard to explain because there's so much like control and comfort, and there's so much that like is wrapped up in the thing, and how it manifests.
Yeah.
And it rears its ugly head in a lot of different ways. So that's a whole nother path. But yeah, the thing about eating is you have to do it. You can't just be like, we'll rid of it and we'll deal with it. Like, I'm quitting it. But also the way that my brain is wired, it would attach itself unhealthily to something else. So
that wasn't fun to watch.
Nope.
But it's, again, as a parent, any powerless parents out there are feeling like, well, we have to do something. There's sometimes you can't. I mean, now, if I would have seen, and you got small, you got really freaking small at one point. And I think your hormonal range right now is also kind of an indicator of years of
100%
overworking out and then just abusing food this way and that way. And
you don't get to be 25 years old and have just like seriously the blood work and hormones of a postmenopausal woman. You don't get that through one hard training block or like one rough year. You get that through that. It has been 10 years now probably of continual cyclical abuse on my body, physically and emotionally and all kinds of things. So, and even though now I would say as the past year and a half or so have been some of the healthiest I've been trying to treat myself, it's like working out of a deficit. It's hard
for sure
to do.
For sure. But you see, what I'm proud of is that you've completely shifted the way that you're working out now. You went to a totally different model so that you would force yourself not to lift too much weight.
Yeah.
You have changed the kinds of foods that you're eating, the way you're preparing the foods. You are journaling and meditating and praying and doing, so yes, it took you 10 years to get there. So don't be afraid if you're going through a whack period and it's just a short stint, just get out of it.
Takes a while, baby.
Well, I mean,
I'm
took
still
a while
going
to get
through
there.
it. It's like not a thing that's ever, it's still happening. The work is still being done.
And the message, if there was a message that you could receive in your soul that is pivotal to all of it, is that I am enough. I mean, that is it. You have to love yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of it. Literally love it. Like that's part of my makeup. That's my quirky whatever, and embrace it. And when you really and truly get that, and I'm not talking about up here because everybody gets it in their head for a minute. I'm talking about really bring it deep into the rest of you. A lot of the other stuff will fall away.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a difference between attaching yourself, like accepting and attaching. So there's a place where you can accept that this is who you are and this is where you are, and that's okay. And it's also not where you're going to be forever. And attaching yourself to this idea of like, this is who you are and this is who I need to continue to be. If you're doing life right, you're going to go through many evolutions of who you are.
That's true.
So
you're talking about like an identity that you're labeling yourself with. This is who I am.
Whether it's positive or negative, I am a hard worker. I am the tenacious one. I am disciplined. I am somebody who will always struggle with an eating disorder. I am impatient. It's like all of these things are actually behaviors that can be learned, shifted, changed, adapted upon. And it's something that Blaine does not remember saying to me, but said to me, which is who you are is always evolving. And so, if you're struggling with like becoming somebody better and trying to grow, it's like part of that is understanding that where you are now is okay and accepting that as what you are and knowing that that's not who you're going to be forever.
That's true. You will not be the same person forever. You are always evolving and changing. You said a couple of interesting things though, like you were saying, even though they're positive, like I am hardworking and I am, well, not if it turns itself on you.
Correct.
Not if hardworking becomes I can't stop. What if,
Correct.
or if discipline becomes there is no rest. So, like, rest is your issue.
Oh, yeah. Everything can rear its tyrannical head at you, man.
And those I am statements are things that you should be very careful about. Really, it's literally, okay, we'll go back to the faith. God says, I am that I am. He doesn't say, I am the Father. I am that I am. It's just, I am. And you don't have to put a label behind it. It's not necessary. And I'm going to actually challenge you.
Buddhist philosophy, which is the self doesn't even exist.
Well, I mean, that's very advanced, okay?
Yes. You're going to challenge me with what?
I'm going to challenge you with that you'll always have an eating disorder. You know what? I understand that medical science may say, like, there's certain things that you can never not whatever, but I don't believe that. I actually believe.
Oh, I believe that too.
I believe that you can release whatever it is with the food and have a healthy relationship with it from now on.
I believe
and
that
there'll
too.
be
Those
a decision
were
at some
what I was
point.
saying was examples of like I have statements.
Right.
Which
can lock you into a belief.
Yeah, whether positive or negative. They're
Yes.
all things and there are things that I have attached myself to, and I continue to struggle with detaching myself from, because you could say it about anything.
Well, the mind is powerful. And when you continue to speak a message over yourself, no matter what it is, I remember, I'll never forget this one woman, beautiful, sweetest spirit in the world. She was just beautiful. And she was 83, 84 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, what is the most powerful message that you can remember from your life? And it was like during a Bible study or something. She was 3 years old, and someone in her family had said that she was so stupid. At 84 years old, she still remembered it, and it was like part of her makeup.
I don't remember anything from when I was 3 years old. That's crazy.
Regardless.
Well, maybe I do in my body.
It doesn't matter. The fact is, when she was a very young child, she got this message, and she integrated it and held it and took it with her into her 80s, still feeling in the back of her mind that she's stupid because somebody spoke that over her. And it's practiced. So I always say, you know what? It's not the things that happen to us. And some people would be like, but it's not the things that happen to us, but what we believe about ourselves because of the thing that happened to us.
And let me tell you, my mother speaks from a place of authority on that.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to contest, go to the episode of her talking about her story. And then you guys can sit back and shut up.
All right. Well, nothing like that, but it is because the event, even if it was over a period of years, when it stopped, it stopped. The event's not what happened. That's not the thing. It's what you took in, integrated into yourself, your value, your worth, especially if it was a person that was meant to be a protective authority figure in your life,
Yeah.
It can mess you up hard, for life, if you choose, and that's one of those things is that, it took me years, decades. Okay. So I'm not going to be like putting some pat little answer on anything at all. But if I'd have gotten that message somehow decades earlier, that it's not what happened to me, but it's what I believed about me because of what happened to me, who knows? If it can stop somebody else from spinning that wheel.
Well, it's easier said than done too, because I have I would say a blessing, maybe a curse of awareness. And I do think that for my age, I am more emotionally involved. And
that's true.
I can know that and also still be like so glued to this.
Well, because that's the mental, that's the practice part. You have to paste over. Literally, it's okay. Well, you know what? If we're going to keep going to the truth, we're going to go to it. But it's like you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah.
And that tracks with, if you want to bring science into it, neuroscience says the same thing. Neuroscience says that that you have to hardwire new thoughts into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's basically putting science behind God's principle, where he says you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And it's like when you think on things that are lovely and pure and excellent and praiseworthy. Because if you're sitting there sending the same old message, well, I'm this and I'm that, or he this or he that, or this and that. It's always never, all these messages that are going on in your head. And if you allow them space, you're digging grooves into your mental framework.
And I think the pray without ceasing, when I first read it, there are a lot of verses when I first read, I thought meant something else. But pray without ceasing, I thought, oh my God, I gotta be praying all the time, be a good Christian. And like, God's kind of just always, always like, yeah, keep, you need to be always like with me, always hanging. But really, it's pray without ceasing because it's like, again, that constant like going to that renewal, going to trying to cling to that which is good, like all of the fruits of the Spirit. It's like you got to do it all the time. Like it's not just something where you're like, I am refreshed and renewed and I'm good to go and now I can walk in the walk, and a believer or a non-believer, like feel whatever. It's something where it's like, no, you have to constantly be in quote at battle with your mind.
Remind yourself who you are.
Yeah. And
you have to keep reminding yourself who you are. If you're a believer, God is with you at all times. If you're not a believer, God is with you at all times.
Yeah, true. Whether you like it or not, baby.
Well, I mean, the truth is, because God is in you, we're made in his image. I mean, and this is not meant to be. So I had zero preparation for what we were going to talk about.
Me either.
And
we're just yapping, Lori.
No idea that I was going to be discussing, the word or the faith, but they're larger principles. So let's not get hung up on anything, really. Flying at 10,000 feet, you have to reprogram your mind. And if you have been listening to a message, I'm not enough, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm unwanted, I'm not worthy, whatever it is, if you've been practicing those thinking all your life, I will always have an eating disorder.
Yeah, that's a song you've been singing for a long time.
Right.
It's very hard to fix that, not only those words, but also the belief that goes with those words onto something else. It just takes time.
That's actually a great example. Have you ever gotten a song, especially one that you don't like, stuck in your head?
Well, actually, usually it's because you don't know the end of the song. And so they say that, no, seriously, they say that you have to finish the song through and then it's reached its end, which is actually a perfect continuation of your analogy that you're trying to bring it up, which is sometimes you have to let that thought play itself out to the end. And when you get to the end, you realize none of that is true. And that song that you're singing is one that you can create the lyrics to change the lyrics. And that's something that I have. Oh, like the one thing that I was just like, I will do all of the meditating, the journaling, the this and that. I hated the idea of doing the positive affirmations. I was like, you got me fracked up to think that I'm going to go look in the mirror and be like, I am enough. I am worthy. Especially somebody who didn't think that stuff and also thought that stuff was dumb.
It's
like,
weird.
I was looking in the mirror and I was like, it got worse. I was like, you are stupid for doing this.
Look at you sitting here looking at yourself, talking to yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, seriously. And so, but now I see the value in not blowing something that you don't believe
right
into your face, out of your mouth hole, but saying something like, I embrace challenge well.
That is a fact.
Which is because lately in life I felt knocked down. And so to speak that to myself helps me because like I embrace challenge really well. I am enough. And I can say that because it's something that I am beginning to believe, especially because of my faith. It's like you are enough in Christ Jesus. But I am enough. I am worthy. I am able. I can do hard things. I've done hard things. I will continue to do hard things. I really enjoy the challenge of things. I enjoy teaching people how to treat me. I enjoy teaching myself how to treat me. And that's one that I've had to start adding. So there are certain affirmations that you're going to find to be not helpful for you. And then there are going to be affirmations I think that you will find to be actually helpful for you because they are something that you can grasp on, even if it feels like a little bit of a stretch. And you might have to say them to yourself. Like, those are things I have to say to myself. And I rope them into my prayers. So it helps me and it doesn't feel like this unnatural, like, let me go stand in the mirror now and say my positive affirmations. It's just part of my prayer time. It's part of my gratitude time. And that kind of all rolls into one thing. But yeah, the song is yours to sing. And you are also the lyricist. Is that the word? Is that the correct word?
Sure.
You're the writer. So write a nicer song for yourself, I think.
There is that. Definitely, you finish it and then you say, even if.
Yeah.
See, and that's where the even if comes. So part of my journey has been,
What
you're
if?
sitting there and you're being tormented, and you can call it by yourself, by the devil, by whoever, but you cannot, where can I go to get away from my presence? You know what I mean? I just like nowhere. So I've had to sit there and go, okay, all right, tell me all the trash about me. That's fine. Well, even if the worst happens, and I mean, it could be anything, sitting there like having a poverty mind spirit. And I'm like, okay, even if I lose my house, and I'm not, praise Jesus and hallelujah, that is not my problem. But I'll tell you, when your mind goes into the ditch,
it will believe a lot of things.
Oh my word. And it just torments you. And I would just sit there and I'd be like, okay, even if, let's go worst case scenario. Come on, bring it. Worst case scenario, I start over. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Then I'll be unencumbered.
Yeah.
I'll always be able to take care of me. And that's my affirmation, is I'll always be able to take care of me. I will always be able to take care of me.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where you can look, sometimes you're like trying to run from him. Other times you just need to turn and face him and be like, so what? So what if he leaves me? So what if he has an affair? So what if I lose everything? So what if, all the tormenting things. You just have to, and then remember, this isn't true, is it? Like,
yeah. It's interesting. The monster is never as scary as it is in your mind. There's that. Why can't I think of that very, very famous producer who made all those scary movies? Oftentimes, he would not.
Steven Spielberg?
Thank you.
Yeah.
He wouldn't show the actual monster. And they were like, they would ask, they're like, why do you never actually show the monster? He goes, because the monster will never be as scary as in the person's mind who's watching the film.
Oh, yeah. The anticipation is the worst.
And it's so true. It's like,
I hear the music and I'm like, blah, I have to leave. I'm done. Peace out. I'm too visual, man. I can't do it.
So what do you think that I've done? Well, let's go positive first. What do you think that I've done well during this transition? What have you watched and you've been like, wow, that's commendable?
You've been humbled, which was external.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of the way you've leaned into it and worked with, like, okay, I'm being humbled. I can fight it. I can be pissy. I can do all of these things. I'm proud of the fact that you said, okay, you know what? I have to humble myself and take care of me and back off and do every uncomfortable thing that I could ever think of, which is basically, being not stripped, but kind of stripped of all the things that you would define yourself as you, and still be open and present and have a servant's heart. And no, I've been proud of that. Like I've always seen the light in all of my kids. I see the light in all people, really. I go looking for it, But you're shining brighter. You really are.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I think it's been a big prayer of mine. I said, God, I have these idols and you're going to have to take them from me.
Oh, you see, we're going to have to talk about them prayers.
They are, he don't play. When you ask for it, he's like, ask
well,
and you shall receive, baby girl.
Okay.
And so, I said, and I please, build me into the servant that you need me to become and do it at any cost. And I knew when I was praying those prayers what I was praying. I did not. He moves.
I didn't teach her to do that.
He sometimes he takes his time in the human element of things, sometimes he moves quick. And he was like, thank you for giving me permission, girlfriend. I've been planning on this anyways. But here you go. And I got thrown it, and it was like, and I even prayed. I said, and God, I said, you are gonna have to make it so I'm gonna fight you. Like, you're gonna have to make it so clear that I cannot do that. Like, I have to, these idols, you have to take them, because I will fight you on them. I'll fight you. I don't want them to go. And
yeah, the health.
Oh, I mean, it was
number one.
Well, it got me to a place where I was so bad. It was like, okay, I can fight this, and I will be so much worse health wise, injury wise. And I also, like, I won't make it. I will get to a place where I'm so bad in my, like, I will kill myself. So you can keep going, but like, until you rest.
That's a hard one to hear. Just gonna say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's where I felt. It was like,
I hear you.
It was horrible, because it was, if I keep going, I will kill myself. And it was also, when I stop, that initial unwinding of everything makes me want to, like, I feel so many things, and I have nowhere to put it. And so I want to kill myself. Like, I want any way to get out of here. And that was a very scary and very turbulent time in my mind, because it was something where I'm like, nothing is happening out here. Like, everything is okay. Everything is okay. And I am drowning.
Right.
Like, I am drowning, and I am suffocating, and I feel like there's moments where I will sort of come up and I'll catch a breath, and I am right back down. And so it was one of those prayers that I knew what I was praying, but I also, when you're going through it, you're kind of like, oh, I wish I hadn't. Like, I take it back. Like, when you're in it, it is one of those things.
Oh, I'm sure. Again, that's a hard thing as a parent to watch. All the parents out there, when you have a kid that is just completely wiggling around, and there's nothing you can do, honestly, other than just be there and love them and support them. That is the true, I mean, that's when you really are powerless. If you ever thought you had control, have children, and you'll find out fast. You can find it out in your own life. I have found out in my own life I don't have control, but I damn sure found out I had no control when I had kids, because you just, when you get past like that, you're brushing their teeth and you're making sure they're bathed and you're dressing them, it's on, man. They just take over their life, and they get to do whatever they're going to do. And so,
yeah, how have you been feeling during all this as a witness? Because I'm also moving.
I know.
I'm leaving.
That's going to be weird. That's going to land on me in multiple ways.
You've also been watching me struggle, and so.
And I think you're going to struggle in Iceland too, and you're going to be far away.
I don't think that this I don't think that this podcast is like a wrap up of everything's good now, but
I think you're in a good space, and you're heading into a good space, and you have. I'm glad that you preempted this move with this transition, and focusing on your health and moving into that with the support around you, and making the transition before you go over there and just do everything radical like. Because this has been radical, but at least you've been here in your place.
Mm-hmm.
I think about. This is the strangest, so I think about missionary parents back in the day before, we had phones and internet and even mail.
Where are you going with this?
Well, you send your kids off, and you may never see them again. You know what I mean? It's like you just have to trust that they're going to be okay. I am blessed that I can FaceTime you and be like, hey, wake up. Mama needs a little Abigail fix, and I can get that. But there were parents who would send their kids off. Or kids would be like,
she acts like she FaceTimes me when I'm gone.
No, that is
we
not
don't
a
even
thing.
talk when I'm gone.
That's because she still lives here. But when you're in Iceland and you're not up in my kitchen anymore,
okay,
then we're gonna have to do something.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. Keep talking about how you're feeling. How have you been doing through all of this?
I'm excited about her leaving. Just gonna say no.
What?
I'm gonna miss you.
Lying.
Well, I'm not lying, and I am, because there's things that I'll like reclaiming my space.
Yeah.
And then I'll also miss
your space.
And then I'll just
My
miss
clients will still be in there working.
it's fine. I love your people. That's fine.
They are awesome, actually.
What did I say about my house? I wanted my house to be a place where people felt comfortable to come. Like, this is a Zen safe space for people.
Yeah. I keep interrupting you.
If they catch me in my nightgown, that would be uncomfortable. But other than that, I'm all golden with it. I love it.
They don't care. But anyways, keep going.
Okay. You know what? As a parent, I'm not a hover mom. Am I a hover mom? Hey. Okay, we're going to say, edging over. Remember, I'm Gen X, so I'm not going to say neglectful.
No, you're not neglectful, but
anytime you need me, boom, I'm there.
Yeah, when we're screaming for help, saying we need
but
you.
you kind
Mom, Jay, you need me, and I'm here. I told you I would be there.
Yeah, that's how God is.
Or I'm like
you be drowned.
God's always there. Are you trying to equate yourself to God? Anyways, also, if I'm sitting there, we could be dead like this, and you'd be like, oh shit, I'm here. Damn, she's almost dead. All right, let's fix her up.
No, I'd be like, first, go sit on the pot.
I fucking knew it. Anyways, so part of you's excited. A part of you is...
It's going to be a huge transition. I honestly don't know. It's going to hit me in waves. It's going to hit me in stages. It's going to affect everyone here, obviously. Yeah. And so I'm excited for you because, you know what? What did I tell you? This is the time. If you're going to go on an adventure, this is the time. You're 25 years old. How do you feel
about all of these people being like, she's moving for a boy?
This is the time to do it. I mean, the truth is, you know what? You have been very conscientious with your money. If you got a problem, you just come back.
True.
I mean, that's it.
But also, Blaine is like an incredible human being.
He is an incredible
human
human
boy.
being. But it's like, this is a time to love boldly, And I would say, even if you get hurt, continue to love boldly. If you end up becoming bitter and sour and whatever because of choices to love someone, then you need to heal that and move on. Because the truth is, the goal is to stay a light and to stay soft and to stay open and to stay receptive and to become smarter and to become wiser and to trust your intuition more so that you don't fall into the same mistakes again. But I say go for it. If you don't go for it, you don't get the big prize. You know what I mean?
Scared money don't make money.
That's right. I never heard that before, but I like it.
I think gamblers say it.
Oh, no. Well, it is a gamble, isn't
Everything's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
Everything in life is a gamble.
You know what? You're hoping that you're going to have this beautiful love relationship, and it may or it may not work. I feel like if the two of you continue to grow together, it will work.
Oh my God, we are such different people, though. It's almost hilarious.
Well, if you were the same, I'm not sure somebody would have to go to the asylum.
He says that all the time. He's like, if you were like, he's like, I'm glad you're not like me. And I look at him and I'm like, oh, I am very glad you are not like me.
Yeah. Because
because he always says he's like I think he tries to be nice. So he's not like two of you would not work. He goes, two of me would not work. And I look at him like two of me would be dead. Two of me would be dead.
Yeah. I'm thinking it would be bad.
Yeah.
You're a good balance for each other.
Yeah.
But you're not such a balance, like in the sense of like he's so other. You have a lot in common too.
Yeah. Like pretty closely shared values.
And that's what's important.
Yeah.
And that he's open, where you're not sharing like values 100%.
Mm-hmm.
He's not closed.
No.
You have to be with open people that are open and can hear.
Yeah. He's one of the most open people I think that I've ever met. And I did not realize that when I first started talking with him, because he does like to pick and argue and he is stubborn in some ways. Like he can be very stubborn. And, but when it comes to the big things and real deep stuff, he's actually an extremely open-minded individual.
Which is basically teachable.
Yeah, he has a growth mindset, 100%.
So if you both are teachable, and that I think, will solve the world's problems right now.
Yeah.
Everybody just needs to be teachable and humble.
What have I done poorly?
Grace. It'll always be that. No, grace. Well, and in the transition too, is that you were already there and kind of jacking up some of the time here a little bit.
Yeah.
But grace is your biggest problem.
You know what's so interesting though? And this is where, again, perception is such a huge thing, because you and Leah would say, like, you're like, you are so focused on like getting there that you're not here, whatever. For me, it was, I was actually in my mind so afraid going there, and beating myself up for not being able to be present. Like I was almost losing presence, beating myself up because I'm struggling so hard to be able to be calm and present in the transition.
You understand? I don't know how to deal with that crazy, right?
I know, but I was.
Saying.
It's like I'm running around like
I'm
scared and I don't know
with that.
Like I'm not comfortable here. I'm not comfortable there. I'm not comfortable anyway. Like I'm not comfortable. I'm just uncomfortable.
So we just want to tie you to a pole.
So it would be so frustrating because you guys are like, you just want to be. I get it. You just want to be with Blaine, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. I don't. Like I'm actually so uncomfortable with the idea of leaving. I'm so uncomfortable though, also with the idea of being here right now. And so I'm in this place where like wherever I am, I'm not good, and that is obviously a me problem. But it was one of those things where I'm like, I don't even know how to explain this, so I'm just gonna go freak out in the corner.
Right, and you were spending your time freaking out, and that was. I'm just glad that that's kind of calmed down.
Yeah,
because we have basically 3 weeks left.
Yeah,
and then you're gone. Then you come back for a little week vacation, and then you're
not even
gone.
Like 3 days.
Okay, so not even a week, 3 days.
Yeah, because I come back the 18th and I leave the 22nd.
Okay, so bye.
Of February.
And
then I'm in Iceland.
I guess you're just, we need to wrap up at some point. But I mean, I'm thinking that
it's only 46 minutes. We're actually pretty good on time.
Well, everybody calm down. We're just, but
she wants to leave. It's all right, guys. Don't be offended. Don't take it personal, y'all. It's okay. I've been dealing with this since I was born.
I'm done with you. Are we finished here?
Could we wrap?
What else do you want from me?
Can we wrap this up already? God, I got somewhere to be. Wait, I'm in my house. I don't even know where to go. I'll tell my clients. I'll be like, I wish I could go home, but y'all in it. You guys, one of us has to leave.
So it's got to be you.
Please leave.
You guys to go.
I don't even know what we were talking about. What were you saying?
We're going to miss each other.
I'm telling you, poor blood work and postmenopausal.
You're going to miss me. You know it.
The brain fog is
You're going to miss me.
I am going to miss you.
And I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's the fire. It's the energy.
This is the thing, though, is I ask, how are you doing with this transition? She going to be fine. Leah, who has moved away, she talks all the time. She's like, unless I call mom, we don't talk.
Okay, she's not wrong, and I don't mean
my mom will act like she'll be like, I don't know how I'm gonna manage this and handle this, and then she'll be like, it'll be 3 months later, and I'll shoot her a text. She'll be like, oh my God,
I have a child. That's not true.
That is true.
Well,
Leah,
I mean, it's true that you might send me a text.
Leah is listening to this, and she is pumping her fist. She's like, Abigail, you tell her, girl. I haven't talked to this woman in so long. The only interaction we have is Snapchat, and it's because we got a streak going.
I love that about us.
Shut
I do, and I'm glad that she takes a lot of pictures. Selfies are not good for me. There's nothing good. I'm not photogenic. Selfies are not good.
See, look at that. Look at that song she's writing. Look at that song she's singing.
Doesn't mean that I'm going to stop being on TV. Not like I'm going to stop.
What are you talking about? What are you, a news reporter? What are you doing on TV? What are you even talking about?
Aren't we going to be famous?
I don't know the reach you think my podcast has, but there's probably 20 motherfuckers listening to this. And
that's live?
We know.
Good God, that would just.
Well, I'm not editing this. It's going to go out there anyways.
Okay.
This is what it is.
I just blew my chance,
Look,
man.
It will save
I was going to get discovered.
By whom?
I don't know.
The Discovery Channel?
Hey, they're finding an extinct something out in the
You
wild.
just called yourself old as shit, and I didn't even need to say it.
There's no one of a kind.
I don't know if anybody knows who Yzma is from The Emperor's New Groove,
Hey,
but I'm
wait a
just
minute.
saying.
That is mean.
I'm just saying,
mean-spirited.
my mom, I will say, my sisters and I talked about this. My mom, I love her. She be identifying as all the evil villains. She looks Cruella de Vil. Okay. Who's the evil mom from Rapunzel?
Yeah, but what's her name? She's beautiful though, isn't she?
She's like, she is me.
No, hey,
Mother knows best.
listen to your mother.
Anyways, that one. And then there's Ursula.
I'm not Ursula.
Okay. Pull up The Little Mermaid, y'all, tonight, and tell me my mom ain't a little bit of Ursula personality.
Maybe a hair.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe just
maybe a hair. Maybe just a little one. And Yzma.
Okay, Yzma's just funny. She's ugly as a whoa, Lord help us. But she
Why do we even have that
lever? Oh my God. I didn't even do drugs when I was raising my kids. Those were the best. Am I right?
My
or am I
mom-
right?
And she only knows the words because she would hear it in the TV
Ad
of us
nauseam.
washing.
Yes.
Yeah, so she'd watch it. She'd be like, I'd never seen it like with the words together. But this is great.
I did once or twice.
Now you watch them of your own fruition.
Oh, goodness, yes. I would go, yes, 100%.
Yeah, The Emperor's New Groove is one of those where honestly, if you
Classic.
don't like that movie, something is fundamentally wrong
We
with you.
cannot be friends.
Blaine, I asked, I was like, have you seen The Emperor's New Groove? And he's like, I think I have. And I'm like,
Oh,
that's not
no.
a I think I
He
have
would know.
situation.
He would so know.
You need to, it's like you watch it or you don't. And if you haven't, like, what are you doing? Put it on because it is so good. And
Oh, I don't have children. What do you need children for?
I'm just waiting for his daughter to get to an age where she can really appreciate the art that is Avatar: The Last Airbender and also The Emperor's New Groove, because those are shows that I'm not saying, like, you know how parents are like, my kid, you know, they are just going to love this sport because I'm going to manipulate them slowly and strategically into loving this sport. That's how I feel about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
100%.
I'm like, she will love that show.
See, I think of Cars.
Cars is a good show.
You also were Boo on Monsters Incorporated.
I don't
You
really give
look
Boo energy.
Just like no,
If anything, I give
the
give
lizard. What's his name?
Randall.
Randall.
I was gonna say Mike Wazowski because he's so negative. I feel like I'm more Mike Wazowski.
I was thinking that just the way he crawled so fast and everything.
That is so mean.
Hey, you called me Yzma.
Oh my god. Well,
I can never recover
that's
from that.
fair. If the boot fits,
Okay.
Lori, wear it. But also, yeah, I feel like I give Lightning McQueen vibes.
I'm thinking Mater, man, and I'm not talking about you. I
No.
was literally driving down 7th Avenue before they paved it, and I was like, I need a clip because I was like, oh
Oh my god.
street. That
Like
is-
anybody, I tell you what, if you grew up in Tallahassee, everybody knows a person that's like Mater. Like you don't go around
Like
living
Tuh
in this
Mater.
town. Tuh Mater. That's just fun right there. I don't care who you are. What has this podcast disintegrated into?
I
have
don't know.
no
Probably
idea.
the best part.
But
I
this
don't
is
know.
a great. I was gonna say we could keep rolling with this. All the Disney classics. I feel like this is everybody's inspiration.
Oh.
If you're going through a tough time, put on The Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, because
And-
laughter's a good medicine, and that's the truth. Anytime I'm down, I make myself
I
laugh.
also hate
Friends,
movies.
bloopers.
I also hate movies. My mom with her Instagram reels has gotten extremely out of hand. Everybody.
Hey, did you see the one though
I have
of the
been
police sketch artist?
I have been.
I could be a police sketch artist, man. I could do it.
I have been personally victimized by my mother's Instagram reel scrolling, and it is you.
It
and
helps you.
No, I don't even.
Laughter is a good medicine. That's biblical.
I don't even.
It's true.
I don't even. You have got to stop freaking. Man, that's heretical shit right there.
And
No.
that is in the word. I'm not lying.
What verse?
It's in Proverbs.
Proverbs. Lying is also a sin, and that's in
It's
the Bible.
in there. You know what? They will tell you. I will tell you after we're done with this.
Probably like rejoice and be glad.
No, it's laughter is a good medicine, and then the other things are behind it and in front of it. But
Which version? What version of the Bible says that? Is that ESV, NIV, KIJ, LMNOP?
I'm gonna show you the damn verse when we're done.
That's fine. I don't even know what else we were talking about. So
I'm gonna miss you. It is gonna be totally different. I'm gonna be going through a huge transition with you gone.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, it feels too peaceful around here, and I don't know what to do with it. Who's bringing the chaos?
Then I'll be like, is anybody in my home? I'll have to like look on Life 360 to find out that my other 2 kids are in their room.
Yeah, that's true. They're quieter. They are quieter. That is fair. Okay, so what's one word I would say that you'd give me for this year? I'm going to give you a word too.
Embrace.
Okay, you can't think of it so fast. I need time to think of mine.
Adventure.
Okay.
I have 2 words. Embrace and then adventure. You don't have to put them together.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because it's like you've got a lot of things you have to embrace.
Yeah.
So you might as well lean in. Or else you'd be sucking that baby back up every time. It'll hurt more.
Okay.
It's true. Any mama that's giving birth,
like
they know.
Your word for the year is acceptance. I'm just doing a synonym to the word you gave me.
Well, embrace and acceptance are not
They're
really
not the same. They're not the same. Actually, I think I would, for yours, I almost think of the word laughter.
I like it.
I feel like that's kind of been your year, which is just like, I don't know what's happening, so I'm just going to laugh at this.
Which could sound immature, but it's really not.
No, I think that's like
intentional.
great wisdom in that, actually. But just, I don't know, like your jobs, the things that you've been doing with your work,
gosh,
like
it's craziness.
your dating life, your personal, it's just one of those things where I personally am extremely entertained by it. But I also think that,
I'm so glad that I can help you with this.
Yeah, this is funny. I never thought I would get such a kick out of my mother's dating life, but let me tell you,
I'm not getting as much of a kick out of it as she is, just so you know.
I am having a great time. Yeah, laughter is for me. No, I'm just kidding. But I think also for you, you've gotten to a place where you laugh at it and you like embrace like what it is for what it is.
Yep.
And some of the year you push around, you're just like, why isn't this working? And I don't understand. And why my business is not exactly the way I want it to be. And why is my dating life not exactly, I haven't met the love of my life yet, and we're not married enough on a yacht somewhere. I don't understand this. And now you're kind of just like, well, that guy was weird last night, and tomorrow I'm going to go do a job where I'm hanging pictures. And don't ask me why, but here we are.
I like the I guess it's just for me, it's the adventure. It's like doing something different.
I also feel like that's such a you job. Like, because you spent 23 years of your life, 24 years of your life.
But, whatever. Who's counting?
No. Oh. Being married, being a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. 25.
And so, 24. You guys are not married for 25 years.
We shy by a month.
That's 24.
That's the closing of 25. Oh, please. We dated before that, too. Just
whatever.
Stop.
You weren't a stay-at-home mom for it. So if anything, you were a stay-at-home mom for less than 24 years. So I don't even want to hear that. But
no, because no. How old was I gave birth?
After you got married.
I was 30 years old.
When were you married?
When I was 28.
Okay. And then when did you give birth? You were 30.
Yeah.
So it's less. Anyways, you were a stay-at-home mom for less than 24 years. And in that, your job description was like, do what's needed. And so for the kids. And so it's kind of like, okay, sometimes you're like running around and you're being a chauffeur, and then you're also being a mom to other people's kids, and then you're like being a mom to us, and then you're trying to hide from us, and then you're going around and you're getting school supplies, and then you're cleaning the house, and you're a maid for everybody, and then you're somebody's chef, and so you had so many different roles, and I felt like you were really good. This is like the most niche job ever. It's a mom job, like truly. Is you are so good at being like running around doing 150 things, and somehow it like all gets done and kind of looks smooth a little bit in the process. and I'm like, I don't know how you find that in the corporate world, but somehow she's made it work based off of the jobs that you do.
I'm
as
a home organizer.
I know,
but I've also been a butterfly in a bubble, and
that's
I've
what
also
I'm saying. You've done the weirdest jobs, and so you said it works. And I would literally want to die. I'd hate your job. I could not do it. But you love it. You're like, this is cool. It's something new every day, and I have no idea what's going to happen.
And I'm not in an office, and somebody's not telling me what to do. And
people are telling you what to do, though, but it still feels like a choice for you.
It does feel like a choice because I do have power and control. I mean, and they're not telling me what I'm worth.
Yeah,
I'm my own boss, so I can't work for somebody else. Could you see me working for somebody else?
Yes, actually, I could.
Really?
Yes, I could.
Who would it be?
I think that you could do really well working for another business and then being like a project manager over other people. So like within a company, having a high position role.
Maybe. They would have to give me a lot of autonomy, though.
That's what that is. Like, that's literally what that is. I also... I don't know what to tell you. I also like, as somebody who runs their own business, I guarantee you, I don't want employees that I feel like I have to tell what to do all the time. I promise you that if you're with a good, like, boss, leader, whatever, to me, watching Drew Whitehead, like, he's like, I'm doing a great job if I don't even, like, know what they're doing. I just know that they're doing what they need to be doing, and then we check in with each other.
Drew, because if we're having to have a conversation, something's wrong.
And I guarantee you, I had autonomy. Like, even though I was an employee of Momentum Fitness and Drew Whitehead was my boss, he would tell me to do stuff, and I'd be like, no.
Okay, but you see, that doesn't work, actually, in the real...
Yes, it does. Well, because I'll tell you what, he would pick his battles, because he's like, if I fire her, she is my best trainer. Ooh, ha, ooh.
Okay,
like, what
you're not supposed to give them a stroke. All right.
He never had a stroke. He was fine. He was fine. He said,
but he ran away.
He said we both ran away together, to be honest. Well, we both ran away to be separate, but we both ran away at about the same time. So that was for a different reason. And he sent me a nice text afterwards to prove that it wasn't my fault.
I really didn't leave because of you, even if it looked that way.
I promise you were fundamental and pivotal to my growth as a boss as well, Abigail. But
yeah, so now I know what not to do.
No. Yeah, true. You stretched me in many different ways, Abigail, and you made me better because of it.
Oh, that's too funny.
Let me tell you, you learned from your painful experiences, and you were it. You were my painful experience. No, but I do. Yeah, I remember. I remember this moment. There was a time when, and we're getting all the way off. We are Alchemical off-roaded, but there was a time when he told all the employees, you have to park in the back of the parking lot. And I would always park in this side parking lot that was still close to the front because your girl would get there to start training clients at 6 a.m. And I was not about to walk in the dark, cold, whatever. I just wasn't going to do it. It's like my one thing. I'm parking relatively close, okay? And he told everybody park in the back, and he saw my car, obviously, parked up. And so he came up to me. He said, you need to park in the back. And I said, no. And he said, Abigail, all of the employees are doing it. It's good. It keeps so that customers can get up at the front and whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's great logic, but I'm not doing that. I'm going to still park in my spot. And I remember he came to me. He said, just do this one thing for me, okay? And I was like, okay. And I knew... You know how I am. When I say no, I really mean it. Like, I'm not joking.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. She's sitting there silently because she's like, oh, I'm lamenting all of the times that this has happened to me. Drew, you are a victim of this. It's okay. So he came up the next day and he goes, it's crazy. Your car is still in the same spot. And I said, yeah, because I said I'm not moving and I'm going to still park in that area. And he was like, Abigail, are you really going to fight with me on this? I said, yeah, what do you like? Are you going to fire me? And he was just like, oh my God. And he walked away and we never had a conversation about it ever again. And so
you could have said, I get here in the dark and it's scary. I'm just a little girl.
No, because I'm not going to have this. I'm not going to have this with him. He knows why I get there and he knows. And he also knows the amount of work that I put in other ways and all the things so it was one of those things where he was just like, okay, no, yeah. And there were so many times when people would come to him, other trainers, and they would want to, I don't know, trainers like to start drama or whatever. They start rumors. And I remember Drew, when it came to me, he was just like, whatever you guys say about Abigail, you can just shove it, because
I see what I see. I'm glad that, so another thing, we can end on this maybe, but it's like I did.
Get me out of here.
We can end somewhere. But I basically did raise non-compliant children. Compliant, non-compliant children.
Yeah, truly. You did not in the South. Like, I'm telling you,
Leah,
people would have thought her to be a fail, because we were not yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir kids.
No.
We were not yes or no kid. Like, we were mostly no kids.
But you were critical thinkers, and that's really, to me, more important.
Yeah, because when we did get to a place where it's like, if we felt that somebody was worth hearing out, or worth respect, or worth whatever, we were like, yeah, we'll do whatever. And we would do anything for those people. Or also, you
just wouldn't swim with the tide, whatever it was. It doesn't matter what that tide was.
Yeah.
It didn't matter if it was like political, religious, whatever, it didn't matter. If people all liked this person, but, or
we would
didn't
hurt
like
your
that
feelings.
person or whatever, you were kind of like, you know what, I'm going to make up my own mind. And I would rather have a kid that frustrates me mildly in raising, but has a mind of their own.
Yeah.
Than I'm not trying to create cookie cutter people.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
We don't have that.
She could not, the whole like, don't dim your kid's light. She tried to beat it out of me. Literally. Like, the amount of spankings that I've gotten. And
by the way, she's probably the only kid who really got spankings.
She could
Leah
not.
got a couple, like.
Well, that's because
the threat of the spanking was all she needed.
Yeah, and then Sylvia and Robert, obviously, they just didn't even do anything really that bad.
No.
It was just me, baby. I remember there was a stint where it was literally every day.
Well, you see, I figured you out, though.
Yeah. I have a very strong moral compass. So whenever my character is put into question and I've disappointed people, that I was like, you should really go back to spanking.
You're like, can you just spank me and get it over with?
Yeah. And you're like, you're 16, bitch. I can't. That's weird now.
I've found my superpower. I only pulled it out when it was really necessary, though.
You didn't even know it was a superpower until you did it. And then you were like, oh,
I cracked the code on accident.
Yeah, I was going to say, you would have pulled it out probably a couple other times, but
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have taken advantage of it. But the truth is, just knowing that my disappointment in you and the fact that I didn't trust you anymore, would have, first of all, I would have been very careful, because you get devastated.
Yeah.
I would not have taken advantage of that.
Yeah.
How do we get out of this now?
I don't know.
We've gotten all mushy and weird.
Yeah, we're supposed to have like a planned close, but I don't know. What's your prediction for the after the move?
I think it's going to be exciting at first, and then you're going to start freaking out.
Thanks.
Well, I do. And I think for us, it's going to be like just this quiet that we're trying to figure out how the house, like what the rhythm of the house is. And then it's going to be lonely. Like, it's going to be too quiet. It's going to be like, where's Abigail? We need, so there's going to be sadness. It's going to be a mixed bag. You're going to be excited, and you're going to be starting a new life. So you're going to be involved in that and figuring that out. I don't predict dark feelings on you. I just know that what's going to happen is there's going to come a point, probably 3 to 6 months down the road, where you're sitting there. He's off doing his thing. Ranya's not there. You're just sitting there, and you're like, holy shit, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
I think that
happened to me literally when I went over there just to visit them.
Oh boy. Well, okay.
They had like gone off to bed, and I went outside and I cried.
So, yeah.
And I was like, I can't even hardly cry out here for most of the year because it's so
too
cold and dark. So when I need to cry, where am I even going to go?
You're going to have to sit under red light therapy and
I'm
cry.
going to have to go to his car. I don't even have my own car. We're having to share a car. What am I going to do?
So then we will FaceTime.
No, because I'll be.
And I will send you my Instagram reels. They're funny.
They are so bad,
They're
you guys.
so funny.
They are
No,
the
they're
most
so funny.
painful things. It feels like pulling nails out of your own body. And it is just,
I think they're amazing.
it is truly like when you think of like my grandma has dementia and sends me reels and I don't know what she's just sent me. Those
That
are
is
the
not
reels.
the same
That
at
is
all.
the algorithm to which my mother has reached.
It is not true.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming on my podcast, Mom, and I really appreciate you, and I love you. No, seriously, though, I do love you very much, and this time, I understand I have not been probably the most, like, easy person to be around because of whatever spiral situation that's been happening in me, so I am grateful that you still love me and have not disowned me.
I'll
Going through.
always love you. And I'll never disown you. I don't care what you do. That's not a thing.
That was very cute, you guys.
It's true.
Very sweet. I
It's
love
not
you
a
too.
thing. I do not give up on my people.
She doesn't.
I love you.
I love you. I love you guys.
I love you guys too.
And I will see you on another episode of the Alchemical Life podcast. Thanks for off-roading with us. It's always fun getting on some four-wheelers.